In the beautiful city of Enugu, Nigeria, there lived a beautiful and intelligent lady named Kelechi and an equally handsome man named Eben. They met at her graduation after party in one of the universities in Nigeria. They instantly felt a strong connection, like they'd known each other forever. Their love grew quickly, fueled by their shared dreams and respect for each other. As they spent more time together, their bond grew deeper and stronger. Feeling it resonate deep within his heart, Eben was certain that Kelechi was the one for him. He envisioned a future with her, wanting to share every moment by her side. So, amidst the joy of Kelechi's birthday celebration, enveloped by the warmth of their loved ones, Eben seized the perfect moment. With trembling hands and a heart full of love, he asked Kelechi to spend the rest of her life with him. Kelechi's eyes filled with tears of happiness as she gazed into Eben's eyes, overwhelmed by the depth of his love. With a resounding yes, she accepted his proposal, sealing their commitment in front of their closest friends, their hearts overflowing with joy and love. From that moment on, they knew they were meant to be together forever. Their love story seemed like it was written in the stars, a narrative of two souls intertwined, destined for eternity. They found solace in each other's arms, their hearts beating in harmony, believing that nothing could ever tear them apart. But life is unpredictable, and even the strongest of bonds can be tested as challenges arose, presenting obstacles they never anticipated. Eben shared his family's stories with Kelechi, that he has a lot of brothers, emphasizing that their household is predominantly filled with men and a little sister. A warm smile danced on his lips, his eyes reflecting the genuine affection he held for his family. Eben reflected on the unique experience of growing up surrounded by brothers, expressing fondness for the close-knit bond they shared and how they always supported each other through thick and thin. Kelechi listened attentively, curious to learn more about his family as Eben described their dynamic, imagining the bustling household filled with laughter and lively atmosphere of their home. Kelechi cherished the glimpse into Eben's family life, finding herself drawn to the deep bonds he shared with his brothers. Hearing their strong connection and affection left a profound impression on her. She admired the unwavering loyalty and support that flowed between them, recognizing the importance of family in shaping Eben's character. After Eben's heartfelt proposal, both he and Kelechi were filled with excitement at the prospect of visiting his family in Port Harcourt. Kelechi eagerly anticipated meeting them, eager to embrace them as her own and to become a cherished part of their family. Without hesitation, they booked their tickets and embarked on the journey to Port Harcourt, brimming with anticipation and joy. Their visit held even more significance, as they would also have the chance to meet Eben's older brother, Chima, who lives abroad. Chima was planning to visit their parents and was eager to meet his younger brother, Eben's fiancée, and the rest of the family. The prospect of finally meeting Chima added an extra layer of excitement to their trip, as Kelechi has heard a lot about him, knowing that it would be a momentous occasion for their family. Upon their arrival in Eben family's house, his parents were immediately taken with Kelechi. Her warm demeanor and genuine smile quickly won them over, and they felt an instant connection with her. They welcomed her into their home with open arms, eager to make her feel like part of the family from the very beginning. As they spent time getting to know Kelechi, Eben's parents were impressed by her intelligence and charm. Learning that she had recently graduated from a prestigious university in the East with a law degree only deepened their admiration for her. They saw in her a remarkable young woman with a bright future ahead, and they couldn't help but feel that she was the perfect match for their son. After few days, Eben's elder brother, Chima, arrived from New York, and immediately he saw the couple, the atmosphere suddenly shifted. Instead of the warmth and acceptance they had expected, Chima's demeanor was unexpectedly cool, casting a shadow over the room. His initial reaction to meeting Kelechi seemed guarded, and his mood change was palpable, leaving Eben and Kelechi feeling uneasy and worried. Despite the warm welcome extended by Eben's parents, Chima's apparent disapproval lingered in the air, creating a sense of confusion and tension among everyone present. Eben and Kelechi exchanged concerned glances, uncertain about the reason behind Chima's unexpected reaction. Even Eben's parents, who had been so welcoming to Kelechi, could not ignore the shift in atmosphere. They sensed that something was amiss and grew increasingly concerned as they observed Chima's demeanor. The once joyous occasion now felt clouded by uncertainty, leaving everyone puzzled and searching for answers to the mystery of Chima's apparent disapproval. Throughout the weekend, Chima's resentment became more apparent, causing tension within the family. Kelechi and Eben faced a challenge they hadn't expected. Despite Eben and Kelechi's efforts to make him feel welcome, Chima stayed distant during the visit, his disapproval clear. They couldn't shake off the uncertainty Chima's reaction had brought. Different thoughts traveled through Kelechi's mind. One evening at the balcony, Eben spoke fondly of Kelechi, unaware of Chima's brewing anger. He talked about how they met and praised Kelechi's personalities, completely unaware of the storm building within his brother. Then, out of the blue, Chima told Eben not to marry Kelechi, then walked away from the balcony before Eben could say anything. Chima's unexpected words weighed heavily on Eben's mind. He couldn't shake the feeling of confusion and doubt that now clouded his thoughts. What could have caused Chima to react this way? And why did he seem so adamant about him not marrying Kelechi? Eben replayed the scene in his head, searching for any clue or hint that might offer insight into his brother's sudden disapproval. But Chima's solemn tone and intense gaze offered no easy answers. As the night stretched on, Eben's thoughts raced, his heart torn between his love for Kelechi and the unsettling warning from his brother. With a heavy heart, Eben rose from his seat and made his way back into his room, determined to confront the uncertainty that now loomed over their relationship. The morning after Eben's conversation with Chima, a palpable heaviness lingered in the air, casting a shadow over their home. Eben couldn't ignore the strained interactions between himself and his brother, feeling the weight of the unspoken tension between them. Sensing the growing rift between her sons, Eben's mother decided to take action. With a sense of urgency, she orchestrated a plan to address the underlying issues dividing her family. With Kelechi's presence providing a temporary distraction, Eben's mother seized the opportunity to send Kelechi for an errand, while she gathered the rest of the family for a much-needed discussion. As Kelechi, together with Eben's younger sister, went to the mall for groceries, unaware of the family's impending meeting, Eben's mother wasted no time convening the rest of the family. With each member gathered around the table, she set the stage for an open and honest dialogue aimed at bridging the divide between the brothers. As they sat around the table, the atmosphere was tense. Each person carried their own worries and questions. As the family meeting unfolded, Chima recognized the urgency of addressing the underlying tension between himself and Eben. With a heavy heart, he mustered the courage to recount the events of his bachelor's party in Port Harcourt, where his friends, in their misguided attempt to celebrate his impending marriage, had orchestrated a night of revelry. With a sense of remorse, Chima revealed that amidst the festivities, he had been led to a mysterious encounter with a masked woman, unaware of her true identity, that the woman he had spent the night with was none other than Kelechi, Eben's beloved fiancée. As Chima's confession echoed in the room, silence fell like a heavy blanket. Eben's heart sank as he tried to grasp what his brother had revealed. Their mother was shocked, and their father's disappointment was evident as he struggled to address the seriousness of the situation. Kelechi's absence only added to the tension, her unknowing presence at the center of the storm. The family sat in a stunned silence, each grappling with their own emotions and trying to make sense of the situation. Chima, visibly remorseful, continued to explain. He admitted to his mistake, his shame evident as he recounted the events of that night. As Eben grappled with the devastating realization that Kelechi had been involved with his own brother, he felt torn between his love for Kelechi and the reality of their situation. His parents' concerns added to his doubts about their future. When Kelechi returned from the mall, the tension in the room was palpable. Eben, feeling uncertain, took her aside to talk privately. With trembling words, Eben asked Kelechi about Chima's confession, fearing what her answer might be. Kelechi initially denied any involvement, but Eben's description of the bachelor's party in Port Harcourt triggered a memory she had long forgotten. With shaky hands and a choked voice, Kelechi bravely shared the truth about that night with Eben, her heart heavy with regret. She revealed how, after the masks came off at the bachelor's party, Chima invited her to his hotel room. There, in the moment, they chatted, laughed, got drunk and had sex all through the night, unaware of the consequences of their interaction. After the excitement of the night, they exchanged numbers. But for Kelechi, it was just a fleeting encounter, a mistake made in the heat of the moment. However, in the days that followed, Chima's persistent calls and messages made her feel trapped. Despite her efforts to distance herself, his pursuit only intensified her guilt. The next day, on the morning of his wedding, Chima reached out to Kelechi, his desperation palpable as he sought her attention. However, Kelechi remained resolute, understanding that their encounter held no significance beyond that fleeting moment of passion. Despite Chima's attempts to draw her back into their past, Kelechi remained steadfast in her commitment to moving forward with her life. Returning to her normal routine, Kelechi gradually let go of the memory of their one-night stand. As many months passed, the encounter with Chima faded into the recesses of her mind, overshadowed by life experiences. As Kelechi realized the truth, tears filled her eyes, pleading for understanding and forgiveness. But as the night wore on, she felt the distance between them grow. As Eben faced the weight of his choices, his parents' warnings echoed in his mind. From Eben's room, the muffled sounds of his parents' heated arguments seeped through the walls, the tension palpable even from a distance. Kelechi's heart weighed heavy with a mix of emotions as she listened, her mind swirling with uncertainty and concern for the future. Unable to shake the turmoil brewing within her, the next morning, Kelechi gently broached the topic, weighing heavily on her mind, with Eben, her voice filled with apprehension as she voiced her fears and doubts. As Eben listened, his heart ached for the turmoil the truth has caused his family and Kelechi. With unwavering determination, he reassured her of his love and commitment, vowing to stand by her side despite the challenges they faced. He pledged to weather the storm together, confident in their ability to overcome any obstacle that stood in their way. But Kelechi couldn't shake the lingering doubt that gnawed at her soul. Despite Eben's assurances, she feared the irreparable damage caused by the rift in his family. She was worried that she would forever be viewed as the source of division, unable to regain the respect and acceptance of Eben's family. Kelechi, overwhelmed by shame, felt isolated from his parents' disapproval, her heart heavy with their disappointment. She wondered how things might have been different if she had never met Chima that fateful night in Port Harcourt. With a heavy heart, she made the painful decision to leave, sparing them both from further pain. Packing her belongings, Kelechi felt the weight of her regret. Leaving Eben and his family behind, Kelechi vowed to rebuild her life. Though her heart ached, she knew leaving was the first step towards reclaiming her happiness. But amid the sorrow, she found hope for a new beginning, free from the shadows of her past. This story teaches that the significance of honesty and open communication are pivotal in relationships, as demonstrated by Chima and Kelechi's initial deception. Secrets breed harm, emphasizing the necessity of difficult yet honest conversations for trust and understanding. In life, be careful about the choices you make. Every step you take leaves a mark, whether good or bad. Sometimes fun and excitement might seem appealing, but don't let them lead you down paths you'll regret later. Respect yourself and the consequences of your actions. Mistakes have a way of coming back to haunt you. So, always think before you act, and let responsibility be your guiding light. By living with integrity and making responsible choices, you'll leave behind a legacy worth remembering.